I'm advocating for Tory Lanez because the evidence shows that he's innocent, and he deserves to be pardoned by
governor to either pardon or commute the sentence of Mr. Peterson, so that when he recovers from this attack, he's not returned to a jail cell.
Governor Gavin Newsom. You know, he's 100% exonerated from the gun, and for that alone, he should be home with his family.
The shot that rang out in a quiet Hollywood cul-de-sac back in 2020 was supposed to be the end of a bad night. Instead, it just opened a wound the size of the music industry itself. 5 years later, Tory Lanez sits behind razor wire. Thee Stallion guards her career like a fortress, and a brand new rumor, a presidential pardon, is racing from whisper to headline. How did we leap from a jury conviction to Capitol Hill lobbying? And why are some of the most powerful names in entertainment acting like their empires depend on keeping one man either caged or free? Buckle up, because every new twist is tearing at the seams of what we thought we knew. But that isn't the craziest part, because the paperwork for that pardon may already be on a governor's desk. 2020. A party spills out of Kylie Jenner's mansion. 4 people climb into a black SUV. Minutes later, Megan Pete limps down the street, leaving a trail of blood. In 2023, a Los Angeles jury found day-star Tory Lanez Peterson guilty of assault with a semi-automatic handgun, carrying an unregistered firearm, and gross negligence, handing him a decade inside California's hotspot prisons. Sounds definitive, right? Not to the millions of fans dissecting every frame of body cam footage. They point out that gunshot residue tests hit multiple hands. They quote forensic experts who swear the DNA on the grip never matched Tory at all. And they replay an eyewitness clip where a neighbor blurts, "I saw a woman firing." The verdict stamped guilty, but the streets stamped inconclusive. Yet uncertainty is just fuel for obsession, and the next spark came from a surprising celebrity mouth. Amber Rose, never exactly shy, looked straight into Chris Cuomo's News Nation camera and declared, "He's 100% exonerated from the gun." Her logic? The lab work says Tory's DNA isn't there, so the real story has to live somewhere else. That interview ricocheted across TikTok, racked up millions of loops, and made number "Pardon Tory" trend by lunch. Hours later, Drake, the king of careful brand curation, did something he almost never does. He took sides publicly. One screenshot on his Instagram story, just a petition link plus the words "Come home soon." Nothing more, but the image sailed from fan account to fan account until the signature count burst past 230,000. Chris Brown chimed in with a cryptic tweet. Kim K streamed a Tory track on Stories. A$AP Rocky refused to follow Megan, and Justin Bieber quietly pressed unfollow on her page. Maybe tiny clicks, maybe coincidence, but social media sleuths treat follows like fingerprints. In a business where silence is safer than alignment, every micro-gesture looked like a neon Team Tory sign. Still, celebrity heat alone doesn't crack a prison gate, unless someone with legislative muscle joins the march. Enter Florida Representative Anna Paulina Luna, a first-term lawmaker who catapulted from viral clips to Fox primetime darling. Luna is now lobbying California's Gavin Newsom, yes, a governor outside her state, to sign an executive pardon wiping Lanez's record clean. She calls the trial a circus of political pressure, insists that crucial evidence was withheld, and vows to drop documents that'll stun the public within days. Right-wing influencers pounced. Pardoning a high-profile Black Canadian rapper conveniently fits their narrative that liberal states prosecute the innocent to score cultural points. Memes of Newsom holding broken scales of justice shot across X as algorithm candy. Critics cried grandstanding. But whether you cheer or cringe, Luna's involvement shoved the story out of TMZ-only territory and onto Capitol Hill's radar. And that's exactly when the story inside prison walls exploded, literally in blood. Early May, inmates on C Block heard screams slice through the concrete. According to Earweb's leaked footage, Lanez was stabbed a staggering 14 times, slashes deep enough to collapse a lung and strap him to a ventilator. Rumors sprinted faster than the gurney. Theory 1. A jealous lifer's girlfriend was flirting with the chart topper, and jealousy turns dudes into monsters. The source quoted manager-turned-commentator Whack 100 floating that angle on Clubhouse. Theory 2. Somebody wanted Tory silenced before new evidence surfaced, and the shiv was a warning, not a crime of passion. The California Department of Corrections publicly blamed inmate conflict. Privately, guards whispered about transferred records, unexplained lockdowns, and higher-ups breathing down their necks. Conspiracy or coincidence? The takeaway was brutal. Tory Lanez almost died before he could hand his appeal packet to a judge. But near death didn't dampen his legal team. If anything, it poured gasoline on their next press conference. Los Angeles courthouse steps mid-May. Civil rights group Unite the People wheels out poster boards of grainy screenshots and sworn affidavits. Their bombshell, Kelsey Harris's former bodyguard Bradley James says he overheard Harris sob, "I did it." James claims Lanez never pulled the trigger. He tried to stop Harris. They wrestled. Shots went wild. In the same breath, defense consultant Brian Caldwell reminded press that retesting 0.01% probability. Lanez's DNA touched the gun, a statistical way of saying practically impossible. Even mainstream Forbes coverage conceded that fan-favorite talking point. The prosecution itself admitted his DNA was excluded from the clip. Add a newly leaked dashcam audio where a frantic neighbor insists it was the girl, and you've got a cocktail of reasonable doubt strong enough to sway at least one governor's PR team. Naturally, the next chess move landed in the upper suites of a billion-dollar entertainment empire. From the moment Thee Stallion inked her management deal, Jay-Z's Rock Nation has been the air support behind her brand, endorsements, syncs, court costs. Insiders whisper that Tory's refusal to sign a similar contract years ago ruffled feathers and slashed potential profits. If that lore is true, a pardon threatens more than Megan's credibility. It dents an entire machine that trades on star-making clout. So when Megan fired back on TikTok, he shot me. Facts don't lie. Stop pushing hate campaigns. It wasn't just a survivor reclaiming her story. It felt like a corporate line in the sand. Comment sections split into rival war rooms. Hashtags volleyed between "Sarm protect black women" and "Free Tory" like digital Molotovs, and pundits warned another gender war culture clash was about to light up election year debates. And that sets the board for the endgame. Who signs the pardon and what dominoes fall next? Let's untangle the red tape. A gubernatorial pardon in California can erase or commute a sentence, but because Lanez is Canadian, federal immigration rules could still complicate release. If Newsom flinches, Luna's circle hints at pressuring the White House. Yes, the president can pardon non-citizens convicted of federal but not state crimes. That means activists would need Congress to reclassify Lanez's conviction or hope for a brand new federal charge that could be pardoned in tandem. Legal gymnastics, absolutely, but stranger deals have happened in election years where rap influence swings youth votes. For Lanez, the upside is life-changing. Freedom, restored visas, chart comeback. For Megan, a pardon may look like a public declaration that she misled the world, a blow that could haunt her endorsements. For Jay-Z and Rock Nation, seesawing public perception equals either vindication or reputation carnage. And for politicians, it's a chance to claim they fixed a broken justice system or to warn they fought celebrity privilege. But history shows narratives don't end at verdicts. They just mutate online until the next headline drops. As you watch this, Representative Luna's promised dossier is allegedly hours away from hitting public servers. Newsom's comms team is fielding calls marked urgent media hold, and Lanez, breathing through scar tissue, is tracking every push notification from a high-security infirmary. Meanwhile, Megan's camp is stockpiling receipts to shoot down whatever leak surfaces next. Will the governor gamble political capital on a last-minute pardon? Will a Trump-adjacent PAC shove the case onto the national debate stage? Or will a judge poring over that bodyguard affidavit quietly grant a new trial before anyone in the West Wing has to weigh in? Nobody knows, yet. So keep your eyes locked here, because one signature could rewrite 5 years of headlines in a single stroke. And the moment it happens, careers, campaigns, and entire fan bases will either be vindicated or obliterated. Drop your take below, smash that subscribe button, and hit the bell so you don't miss the next curveball. Because if this saga has taught us anything, it's that the next twist always hits louder than the last.